Hi friends, Evolving Guys, welcome back to the channel. We are continuing our Master Set Challenge with the new set, Surging Sparks. Today we are going to open our second booster box of Surging Sparks and see what we can pull and see how much closer we get to our Master Set of Surging Sparks. So I'm going to open this. As you probably know, I have a little bit of trepidation opening this. I'm excited to open some more Surging Sparks, but opening a booster box, usually when a set releases, you know, a booster box, you can get them around $100. As we all know, probably by now, Surging Sparks booster boxes are hard to find, and when you do find them, you're definitely paying much more of a premium around MSRP for these. So I did get this much under MSRP. If you watch my first video, I talked some about finding Surging Sparks. I was pretty lucky. I got to some GameStops locally, which now do carry booster boxes. At least initially they did. So I was able to grab a couple booster boxes at GameStop prices and actually reduced prices as a pro member. They were more reduced, and also on top of that, there were some additional, I could use my coupon. And anyway, there were some other discounts. So I ended up feeling really good about the price I paid for these booster boxes. And then I have a local game store, again, a local sports card store that initially at least was selling these booster boxes for much under MSRP. I think he kind of realized that was he could charge a lot more for Surging Sparks than he has for past sets, and so he has raised his prices now. But anyway, yeah, so opening these is a little bit more of a thoughtful thing because, you know, they're hard to come by, and I do have some that I have set aside that I'm going to keep sealed. But at least for the Master Set Challenge, we are going to do at least this one more booster box of Surging Sparks. I also have lined up, I want to open one of each of the main series set products, the 3-pack blisters, the single pack blisters, the ETB and things like that. So we will probably do that next Monday. And then from there, we'll kind of see how it goes, see how Surging Sparks is doing, see how our Master Set is doing, see how expensive it would be to keep opening Surging Sparks. It's still possible to find, I think, stuff at least for somewhat reasonable prices. But, you know, Surging Sparks is a little bit different animal, and we'll see over time if the hype dies down a little bit and if prices return to closer to normal, and also if there's any reprints, if that affects things. So anyway, we are still looking for quite a few cards. I hope you'll go back and watch our, there we go, our first pack. We are, I do a Tally Thursday video, and what that means is I go through, you know, so on Mondays we open the packs. You get to see that on camera just to kind of have the enjoyment of ripping packs and seeing what's inside. And then on Thursdays, I take a little more time and go through what we're actually finding in these packs. And when it comes to Surging Sparks, again, we are kind of where we would expect to be as far as the main series set. It's a larger set, and so we are missing maybe a little bit more. There's our two. So we're missing a little bit more than maybe in past sets after one booster box, but that's expected because it is a larger set. We are still missing quite a few commons, actually. I think we're only at about 75% complete with the commons, so I don't have all of them memorized off the top of my head, but we are going to need some commons. Uncommons, we actually do have a complete set of uncommons, except there's our first double rare. Except for our, there's one trainer that we're looking for to complete all of the uncommons. I think also in the regular rares, there's maybe 2 that we need, and so those are basically what we used to call hollow rares. Kind of every pack has at least one, so we are missing 1 hollow, and then we still have quite a few double rares. This is a double rare, a variant, or this is a double rare rarity, and I think we might actually need that one, so we want to... Terra Orb might be, this actually might be the card we need. I can't remember. All right, Ceruledge. Hey, this is an illustration rare. I think this is actually, I was looking before I started recording just to kind of update my own memory. That is a really cool card. I think this is one of the more valuable illustration rares in this set. I think the most valuable illustration rare is the Latios. But I think this is maybe the second most valuable illustration rare. Again, illustration rares aren't quite as hard to pull, so the expectation is you're going to pull these more often, and then some of them are more valuable. That's a really cool card, just like kind of, yeah, I'm really liking that. So there we go. We have 2 hits. We have 1 illustration rare, and we have our double rare. But yeah, that's exciting. I think that is a more valuable illustration rare there. So anything we pull that's more valuable, I mean, that's nice because, of course, you're getting some value back for your purchase of the booster box or whatever pack you're opening. But also, you know, if we're building a master set, anything we pull, we don't have to buy as a single. And so that is kind of nice. If we're going to pull, all things equal, if we pull some of the more valuable cards, then we don't have to pick those up. So as far as the secret rare cards in this set, I checked the prices. I mean, everyone probably knows if you're following Pokemon and kind of the modern sets. The Pikachu special illustration rare is the chase card. It has come down a little bit. It really was going just bonkers, and there's lots of videos if you want to look online of people who have their hot takes about what's happening to the hobby and why it's going bonkers. But it was like, I think, over $600 for the raw card. It's come back down to closer to a little over $500 as of my recording today. And so that's going to move around some, and we'll see where it settles. It's just hard to believe that it's going to settle quite that high, but we'll see. Landorus. We might actually need that. There's a few of the regular rares. Again, I'll go back through these cards more carefully and see how they line up with what we need for the master set. And you can check back on Thursday for that video if you're interested. And I find it interesting just to take a little more time to see what we pull, to calculate pull rates, and just to talk a little bit more about strategy. All right, Sylveon. I don't recall if we needed that one. We definitely need some more double rares. So that could be one. Yeah, so the Pikachu is still the chase card. I mean, of course, if we pulled that, that would be amazing. Again, we wouldn't expect... I mean, I think you can expect 1 special illustration rare for about every 2 booster boxes. We've already pulled 1 special illustration rare, so, you know, we could get lucky and just, you know, pull more. But at least I wouldn't, you know, we'll see. I mean, each booster box is its own animal. And these booster boxes are not coming from the same sealed case. These are loose booster boxes. So, you know, in my past experience, you know, if you open a sealed case and you get, you know, maybe roughly half, 2 to 3 of the booster boxes have an SIR. But if these are just like loose booster boxes from perhaps different sealed cases originally, then there's at least some possibility. You know, if we just were lucky, we grabbed the 2 booster boxes that had, you know, SIRs. There's nothing to say that this wouldn't have an SIR as well. So we'll see. We'll maybe get a little lucky. Maybe that's some value or some benefit of not having this from the same sealed case. And like I said, I will go through this in more detail and see how much closer we get to, hey, Drayton. I don't think I have that one. So this is a, you know, full art trainer, we used to call it. It's now called an ultra rare. It's just for whatever reason, the full art trainers don't really hold a lot of value, most of them. You know, if there's a special illustration rare trainer, those are going to be more valuable. This just as a full art trainer, probably not particularly valuable. But again, any hit we get that we don't need to buy is helpful. I mean, all things equal, we'd rather pull more valuable cards than less valuable cards so that we don't have to pay for those later. But we need them. I think that is, we do have a few of the full art trainers so far, but we definitely need some. And you can see here we're sitting right now at 4 pulls. Again, I would expect, you know, around between 13 and 16 pulls in this box. That's just kind of our experience with the last number of sets. There's another one sticking out. I think we do need this too. Again, the double rares are not so exciting, except Pikachu's has a little value to it, but we already pulled that one, so if we can pull some other ones. So again, I would expect, you know, 6 to 7 hits on each side of the box. Not that they have to be evenly distributed, but 6 to 7 hits, and then we'll just kind of keep our fingers crossed. Again, I think we shouldn't expect a special illustration rare or a hyper rare, but if we did pull one, that would be great. And you know, for us, I just see like the reverses here. We need the reverses. You know, it's a lot of reverses in this set because there's a lot of commons and uncommons, and so any reverses that we pull that are not duplicates are helpful for building that master set. So really, it's still we're in this fun stage of almost a lot of the stuff that we pull out of these packs is helpful for working on that master set. Haven't seen any A specs yet in this box. I would expect around 2. Again, there's not a ton of super valuable A specs. I don't know that any of the A specs in this set are particularly valuable, or playable. I mean, that can evolve. The meta will evolve over time, and we'll see if any of them turn out to be useful. But again, we still need them for the master set. Okay, Slacking EX, another double rare. Again, I'd expect, almost like clockwork, we pull 6 double rares per booster box. And we've already pulled 1, 2, 3. We've already pulled 4, so I would expect only maybe 2 more. We need some of them, which is great to pull them. But it's also, if that means we're going to pull some other stuff, that would be awesome. Smoochum, I feel like I don't have that one. Again, like I said, we are missing quite a few commons still. It's just such a larger set that just one booster box was not going to do it when it comes to getting all of the commons and uncommons. And we did pretty well on value. I encourage you again to go back and watch if you really want to see a detailed accounting of everything we pulled in our first booster box. But yeah, I think value-wise too, because the commons and uncommons, and especially the reverses, they carry at least a little bit of value, especially early on when the set releases. So for us, that's not a bad thing. Those little things can add up. And again, we were fortunate to pull a more valuable card in our first booster box, which again, of course, is the biggest thing that helps box value. So I think we actually pulled more out of our first box than I paid for the box, which is always, I can't guarantee that by any means. This is the last pack on this side. We'll see if we have anything. I don't see an A-spec poking out. Yeah, so there we go. That's side 1. We'll kind of turn this. We'll get these guys. So what does it look like? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hits. So getting a little on the low side. If we had 6 more, then we'd end up with 12. I feel like that would be kind of disappointing. I feel pretty good about the Cerulege illustration rare, because again, I think if I recall, that's the second most valuable illustration rare in the set. So at least as far as that rarity goes, it's nice to pull something of value. But yeah, I don't know, kind of a little light. We only have 1 illustration rare, 1 ultra rare so far. So let's see how this side does. And we'll see. We know A-specs either. I think Tandem Mouse maybe we needed. So yeah, it'll be fun to go through these in more detail. All right. Oh, we actually already pulled the Alolan Doug Trio. So there's a duplicate for us. That's what are the chances, right, that you're going to pull. That's an illustration rare card. I guess we can still look at it for a minute here. I do love the Doug Trio cards with just, I don't know, like these potatoes with hair or whatever they're supposed to be. But yes, we do actually have that card. We already pulled that. So we have opened other packs besides the booster box last week. We've opened 2 build and battle kits when they first came out for pre-release. So we have those 8 packs. And actually, if you watched the channel last week, I found a couple of the new collection boxes that were on the shelves, and they had some Surging Sparks inside. All right, Cyclizar EX, and I think we do need that. That is a double rare, so again, we need double rares. We've pulled a lot of double rares so far out of this box, which is fine, but of course we really would love to pull some more valuable cards, some higher valued rarities. I think the Donphan too, we might need. So, let's see, nothing there. So yeah, I do look forward to going through in more detail with what we pulled here and how much closer we get to our master set. Another Donphan to start off, 2 in a row. That's kind of funny. Okay, and again, I think having the reverses. Once we start pulling double reverses, the doubles I'll set aside. It's hard for me. I don't know if you have ideas about what you do with extra reverses. Some of them have value, at least a little bit of value, but they're really hard to sell as singles, I find, on something like TCG Player or The cast form, I think we actually still need that as a common. I think that was one of the commons we were missing. I'd love to pull the illustration rare cast form. I think the execute too is a popular one. So there's definitely still some cards we'd love to see. And also the Latios illustration rare. That's the most valuable illustration rare. So I expect that we should pull. I mean, knock on wood, or we should. I mean, I expect around 3 illustration rares, 3 ultra rares. Togekiss. Yeah, this box, I don't know. We've only had 2 hits on this side. And only 6 on the first side. So, I don't know. This box has maybe been a little lighter than I would have expected so far. But there's always a chance that it can make a little comeback. And again, it only takes 1 pack to pull something really crazy. And in this set, there's definitely several cards. The Latia, several of the special illustration rares. Of course, the Pikachu and the Latios illustration rare. That card is around 200 right now. The Hydreigon EX, I think, is also over 100. Something peeking out. Black Kyurem EX. I do think we need that. Again, another double rare. We're really loading up on the double rares. That's more double rares than I perhaps would have expected. And I hope that means we're not going to be super light on maybe other good pulls. Hopefully there's a few other things hiding in here for us still that are going to... There's the Vibrava. All right, there's an illustration rare. Again, probably not one of the more coveted ones necessarily. Number 206. So there we go, Vibrava. I mean, I do think just so many of these cards are just like in a vacuum. They're very cool cards and great artwork. They may or may not be, super valuable based on the popularity of the Pokemon, or just, there's a kind of predictable pattern. Many of the cards, and this set is no different. Many of the cards. Oh, Black Kyurem EX. All right. I don't think it's one. Well, I don't know. It's an ultra rare. It's a cool card. I mean, so we got the Black Kyurem EX double rare, and now. So yeah, this side has starting to pick up a little bit. We still, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pulls, and we still have quite a few packs left, so that's a good sign. So we'll see. We'll see how we do. Still no A-Specs. We need some of those for our master set, so it'd be great to pull a few A-Specs. And again, I mean, any hyper rare or special illustration rare, we cannot count on that. But every pack of Surging Sparks, I guess there's that lottery ticket feel, like every pack has that possibility. Could this be the one that has, well, there's an A-Spec, Amulet of Hope. We do need that. And Rabska. All right, we're down to, let's move this aside. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, our final 5 packs. I think we've done okay. I mean, you can be the judge. And again, I'll total things up. Check back on Thursday for our Tally Thursday video where I go into much more detail, kind of bring a fine-tooth comb over everything we pull, and see how much closer to a master set are we, and see what we're still missing. It'll be interesting if after 2 booster boxes and a handful of other packs from other products, if we're still missing, for example, I assume we might actually still be missing a few commons. All right, we'll do it a little more dramatically. Again, we do need some of these, and the trainers we'll kind of see. All right, what do we have? We have Simisear. Oh, Alolan Executor EX, another double rare. We've had a lot of double rares. I don't know. I want to say there's been 8 double rares in this box. That's all more than I would expect. A hit is a hit, but this box has been pretty heavy in the double rares, and we'll see. We haven't pulled a hyper rare yet. We did pull the 1 SAR. I would expect maybe 1 more A-Spec in this box. All right, there'll be 2 packs left after this. Skeledirge. All right, we're down to 2 packs. We'll see what we can get here. Can we get a hyper rare? Can we get an SAR? are we going to be lucky in that way? Here, we can just do this. So I'd love your thoughts. How is Surging Sparks treating you? All right. Nothing there. And then just a Terapagos. All right. Last pack, Magic. So again, it looks like as far as overall pulls, we did probably pretty well, what we would expect. And again, we have a couple. Right now, I think the most valuable card would be the Cyrilage Illustration Rare, which isn't super valuable. So, I mean, relatively speaking, you really, love to have one more pull that really kind of puts us over the top. Do we get any last pack Magic? Slackoth. Oricorio, Bronzor, Gravity Mountain, Executor, Miraidon. All right, first reverse Relior. Let's see if we have anything in the second reverse slot. Nothing. And then our last chance. Oh, something's sticking, but yeah, just a Landorus. All right. Thanks for watching. This was our second booster box of Surging Sparks. How do you think we did? Was it worth it to open that booster box? All right, check back on Thursday and check back to the channel for more Pokemon videos. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you again soon.